Joining us now is Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Oji.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. How are you?
I'm good.
I love your giggle. Good morning, Leila. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Great. Well, good morning to you, viewers. We begin what's trending today in Nigeria. The Kogi state government announced on Tuesday that its self-assessment app has been effective in checking for COVID-19 cases in the state. This comes after Director General of Nigeria's Center for Disease Control, Dr. Chikwe Ihekwazu, stressed that the state had not sent enough samples for tests. In a statement, the Kogi State Commissioner for Information said he considered Dr. Ihekwazu's comment as unfair and an attempt to shame the state. Now a video where the Deputy Governor of Kogi State, Edward David Onoja, saying that random people on the streets cannot be tested for COVID-19 because it's not medically right, has gone viral. Let's take a listen.
If you have anybody, and we are saying it very loud and clear, let the person come forward. But we've not seen, you can't test a normal man walking on the street. It's not medically right. I mean, you need to show some signs because these test kits are limited globally. So you don't test 100 people and find out that they are all negative. You've wasted those test kits, in essence. So it should be prioritized for people who show symptoms.
I think we took the story last week where the governor of the state was heavily criticized for making the same sentence, the same statement, saying that, people have to show symptoms before they could be tested. And I don't understand why at this point people are still not understanding that there are people that are asymptomatic and, they don't have to show symptoms before, they are tested positive for COVID-19. And it's a big problem at this point. It's very worrisome that Kogi State does not understand how serious this disease is.
Extremely problematic, to be very honest with you. I mean, it's one thing to have a smart testing app that your citizens of your state can use. That's a welcoming development. Any state could be encouraged to develop whatever app they want to. It's another thing to suggest that because people have not come forward, you have no cases of COVID-19 in your state, and block the scientists from being able to do their job and block the experts from being able to do their job. State governors have to be extremely careful. It's one thing to protect your states, and it's one thing to uphold that position. It's another thing to downplay a pandemic, and that's what we're seeing here.
But I don't even understand what it means by shameful. I mean, if a state does not have a COVID-19 positive case, does not mean that you are, above anything. I mean, it's not a shameful thing.
3 quick points. The first is that only 3 states so far have not reported a case of COVID-19. And Kogi is one of those states. Yobe State is second, and then you have Cross River State. But the position of Chikwe Ihekwazu, the head of the Center for Disease Control, is that at one point or the other, every state in Nigeria is going to have, reported cases of COVID-19. And that in his view, those states that have not reported any numbers yet are not reporting the numbers because they are not submitting samples for testing.
Simple.
They are busy saying that, look, they don't have any case. We were all here when one governor said his state is the only state that is mentioned in the Bible, Abia State, and that COVID-19 will not come to his state because the state is mentioned in the Bible. And indeed, if you check the Bible, you will find, a name like Abia truly in the Bible, in at least about 4 or 5 places. But that, prediction by the governor has not protected Abia. Within a week later, Abia joined the list. So one, the first thing is that, COVID-19 should not be politicized. We have seen, some governors trying to politicize it. 2, there should be no stigmatization. It's nothing to be shameful about.
Thank you.
If you contact trace and you test and your state is part of it. NCDC, as Ihekwazu pointed out, is there to support the states, to help the states. And we've seen the collaboration between the NCDC and the WHO helping us to get a fair assessment of the situation in Kano, even if, investigation is still ongoing. Before now, Ihekwazu had also in one of the briefings said that, look, state governors and their commissioners and other aides should not grandstand over the issue of COVID-19.
Yeah.
They should leave the reports to the scientists. This is not an assignment for politicians. Politicians can provide leadership at policy level, but they should refrain from commenting on things they know nothing about.
You
As for
also
the app,
mentioned Cross River State as one of the states, right? I read
Yes,
somewhere,
3 states.
apparently, allegedly, that they said if NCDC comes into the state
It's
to do
not
the
alleged.
testing,
It's right here in this day newspaper
to go
today.
to do the testing,
And it
that
is-
they would quarantine the NCDC officials for
It's on
14
page
days.
10.
I mean,
Page 10 of this day today, Cross River threatens to quarantine NCDC officials. Apparently, this was by a statement by the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Betty Edu.
many of these
I
commissioners
don't
just talk
understand.
carelessly.
That's really-
Now, can I continue with the serious
Yes.
thing I was talking about before you brought that ludicrous position, for assessment?
What's going to happen with that? I mean-
What we're saying, is that there should be better collaboration between the states and the NCDC and other relevant agencies. And people should just stop grandstanding. And as for Kogi that says it has an app, he says the app is available. Maybe someone will double check it because we keep hearing about app. We don't know anybody who has made use of that particular app.
And why haven't they made it
The
available?
deputy
for
governor
everyone?
said that
Rest
as
of
well
the-
in that
rest of the
video
nation.
that he showed. It was longer than that. He said that they are recording their symptoms in the app as well.
They're recording
Yes,
their
and nobody
symptoms
has
in
come
their-
down with any
any of
confirmation. Either it's symptomatic or symptomatic. Who is monitoring the app? How are they collecting the information?
Well,
Yeah.
this is very serious. They should.
I think the people with
Really.
the technological skill
Absolutely.
should double check this. It's not for the governor and the commissioner to say we have an app. Do they even know what an app is?
Oh, Dr. Abati. Well, still in Nigeria, the Oni of Ife has said that his proposed traditional cure for the coronavirus pandemic has reached an advanced stage and would soon be made public. The Oni spoke on Wednesday in Ogun State shortly after he presented 2 motorized modular fumigators to the state government to help combat the virus. The traditional ruler said that he had gone far in working with traditional medicine practitioners in the country to ensure a cure for the ravaging COVID-19. Let's take a listen.
We have something that is working for us through our ancestors, that this will likely come. And it came. So immediately it came, we started running around to let the world know that we have herbal ways to resolve it. But a lot of people didn't believe us. But we had a lot of testimonials. We applied it on a lot of people. Right now, living and all over the world, that they have been cured of this our herbal solution. Very, very clear testimonials. We have them right now. So, but a lot of people in the country didn't take it up, but we decided to take it up on ourselves. And we called the entire team of herbal traditional practitioners in Nigeria. And to the glory of God, we are coming with clinical solution for it. And very soon we will launch it, like the way we have launched this mobile motorized fumigation.
Well,
First, let us commend the Oni of Ife in terms of how he has been part of the public spiritedness and the collective effort to address COVID-19 challenge. It's good to see a traditional ruler providing leadership at the community level and at the state level. First, he disinfected and fumigated the town of Ile-Ife. He donated equipment, fumigation equipment to the Lagos state government. And only yesterday, he also made donations to Ogun state government, which was where he was making that statement. But as for bringing ancestors into the matter, well, I mean, that may be controversial, but I guess COVID-19 is so severe that, this may be something that both ancestors and the living may have to address.
But wait, we're talking about herbal medicine. He also recommended that.
I'm coming to that. The other time he said you can use onion, you can use pepper, you can use neem leaves, and he says the research is at an advanced stage. Our position is that WHO says, unscientific and untested herbal remedies may not work. But you never know, because the Minister of Health himself says the Ministry of Health of Nigeria is open to suggestions.
Yes.
Either from people in phytomedicine or, people who are coming in with ancestors. So
Yes.
maybe the cooperation of both the living and the dead will help to solve this problem.
Well, the Presidential Task Force has also said they may consider COVID organics, which is from Madagascar. They might ship a plane load.
well, let's wait and see what happens. Oji, thank you for what's trending today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Oji.